police say they have a new lead in their hunt for a notorious paedophile and killer who terrorised Melbourne in the late 80s and early 90s. They've never found the man they call Mr Cruel, who's believed to have murdered 13-year-old Carmen Chan and attacked at least 3 other schoolgirls. But now, after an exhaustive investigation, police say they have several new suspects. Kerry Ritchie reports.
It's the saddest of school photos. In 1991, Carmen Chan was abducted from her home in the Melbourne suburb of Templestowe. The 13-year-old's body was found a year later. She'd been shot 3 times in the head. Carmen Chan's killer was dubbed Mr Cruel by a journalist, and it stuck, but he was never caught.
There were a number of young female victims that were abducted from their homes, assaulted, and that culminated in the final victim being Carmen Chan, where she was murdered.
15,000 people were interviewed in the largest investigation in Victoria's history. Now police have new information and have identified new suspects. They won't give any more detail, but say these people were not questioned 20 years ago.
The person who committed these crimes is in amongst our society, or was at the time of them. So he was associating with people, more than likely held a job down. So there is someone out there who has got information, we think, that hasn't been passed on.
For 20 years, Carmen Chan's mother has stayed in contact with senior police working on the case. Phyllis Chan didn't want to speak to journalists today and asked that her family's privacy be respected. Some officers who worked on the case believe Mr Cruel may be dead or living in another country because his reign of terror ended suddenly. But Superintendent Doug Fryer says until that's confirmed, Victorian police won't rest and will not close the case.
I don't think Victoria's ever going to forget this series of crimes. They were that horrendous.
When speaking to his victims, Mr Cruel used the terms bozo, worrywart and missy. Police hope these terms might trigger someone's memory. There is a $300,000 reward. Kerry Ritchie, ABC News, Melbourne.